Hello, this is SJ Talks from Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Tony Gaskins, YouTuber by the name of Tony Gaskins, and he's also a motivational speaker. He was on one of the people that was on my list of positive. I did a video talking about doing a list of positive black YouTubers, male and female. And I talked about him on that, and he's on that list. And I did another video where he was addressing the men. Well, I've been really getting into his content lately. I really been getting into his content. And his content is really interesting. And he did a video telling, I think he did a part 1 and 2 to that, telling black men, he said black men should be married. Why aren't black, or is it black men should be married, or why aren't black men married, or something like that? And so he was saying that he didn't understand why is there a large percentage of black men that are not married. He said that he doesn't have as much respect for an unmarried. He said for a black man to be over the age of 50, and trying to narrow this down, make a long story short. He said for a black man to be over the age of 50 and not be married, he doesn't understand that. He said because he said that not that he he said that he doesn't take a black man, particularly if they get to a particular age and they're not married, he doesn't take them seriously or whatever like that, because he feels like if you're a black man and you're not married and faithful, he didn't just say married, but married and faithful. Married and faithful, because he said if you can be faithful to your wife, then you should be able to be faithful to God, And so, and I just thought that video was interesting, and he was talking about, and I agreed on a lot of the things that he said. Well, there's lots of reasons why black men are not married. One of them is that a lot of them are gay. I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. A lot of them are gay, and a lot of them on the down low, same difference. Same difference. They're gay. They're on the down low, they're still gay. If you're sleeping with your man, you're sleeping with men, you're gay. Plain, same difference. Same difference. So, heterosexual women don't want gay men. They want heterosexual men. Okay, it is what it is. So a lot of them are gay. That's the reason why a lot of them are not married. There's lots of reasons why black men are not married, but he was just saying that he just didn't understand, particularly, and I came in the comment section and I made the point. Now there are some black men, I don't know if it seemed like in the first video he was trying to suggest that all black men that wasn't married, is something going on with them. Something's wrong with them. Well, I don't prescribe to that theory. I don't prescribe to that theory when it comes to women, and I don't prescribe to that theory when it comes to men. They always try to tack that on the women because of sexism and misogyny. Always trying to say if we're not married by a particular age and something's wrong with us. They're always trying to stick that on us women. But, that they try to say that sometimes they try to say that with men too. If you're at a particular age and you're not married, and he was particularly talking about black men that was unmarried over the age of 50, what's going on with them? He was asking that question. And I put in the comment section, I said something about, well, just because a man is not married doesn't mean that it's something wrong with him or he's bad or whatever the situation is. Sometimes that is the case. But a man could be a man of God. He could be a man of God and still not be married. Now, I came in the comment section and I mentioned the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul spoke very highly of singleness. He said, I prefer that you remain as I am. He said that He said, I would prefer that you remain as I am. But because there's so much immorality, may every man have his wife and every woman have her husband. If you cannot restrain yourself and keep yourself from committing immorality, then go on and get married. If you get married, that's a good thing, but it's even better. It's better if you get married, but he said it was even better if you remain single, as I am. And so that's what the Apostle Paul was saying. And a lot of people came in the conversation and brought the Apostle Paul. And I mentioned that too in my comment. I said, well, remember the Apostle Paul's glorified singleness and everything, because you can focus more on the things of God if you can focus more on the things of God if you are single. Now, Tony Gaskins came back and did a part 2. And it was quite enlightening, because in part 2 of that, he said that because I guess it was a lot of people that came in, black men and black women. He said, first of all, women, y'all need to stay out of it, because I ain't talking to y'all, I'm talking to the men. He said, women, stay out the comment section, because I'm not talking to y'all, I'm talking to the men, I'm addressing the men. So I guess a lot of black men came into the comment section talking about, well, what about the Apostle Paul? He glorified singleness. And then when he came back and did part 2, it was quite enlightening what he was saying about that. He was kind of breaking down the Apostle Paul. And I'm going to have to do more Bible research. I admit I'm going to have to go back and do more Bible research and read more about the Apostle Paul. He was saying that in part 2, basically he was saying in a nutshell that y'all was bringing up Apostle Paul in my comment section. He said, but Apostle Paul was really, really, really heavy into the ministry. He was doing a lot of things of God, and he was really heavy into the ministry, and he really explained some of the things that Apostle Paul was doing. But Apostle Paul, his whole life was devoted to the ministry. He devoted his whole entire life to the ministry, to ministry, God's ministry. So he was really, really, really thick and really deep into the ministry and doing the things. And he said, unless you are a single man and you are deep into the ministry of God, you're deep into the activities of your church or your community, and you really, really deep into things of God, then I don't want to hear nothing about Apostle Paul. I got to do more research as far as Apostle Paul. But he said he went to naming off some of the things that the Apostle Paul was doing and all this kind of stuff. And then it kind of got me to thinking, he said, unless you are busy like the Apostle Paul was, and really, 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 really doing things of God and really, really deep into the ministry, and your whole life is centered around the ministry, and you deep into the ministry, he said, I don't want to hear the Apostle Paul and use as an example for you to be single. So that's basically what he was saying. So, but he was basically saying that if a black man can't be faithful, if he cannot show that he can be faithful to a woman, he said not just married, but faithful and married. If you are faithful and married, if you can show that you can be faithful to your wife, then he said, now this is his opinion now, then you can be proven to be faithful to God as well. You know, but not every man that's married is a Christian, or not every man that wants to get married is a Christian or wants to serve God, and not every man that's married. I know that I'm not trying to get married. You know, I'm not trying to get married at this stage in my life, to be perfectly honest. But if I did marry, and that's a huge if. That's a huge if. If I did get married at this stage in my life, I'm going to want that man to love God more than he loves me. That is one of my number one requirements. He needs to love God more than he loves me. And I'm going to be loving God, vice versa. I'm going to be loving God more than I love him. Okay? Because I know that if he loves God and he's dedicated, he's got to be able to show me that he's faithful and dedicated to God. And he loves God more than he loves me. And if I can see that dedication that he has to God and that commitment that he has in God, then I can kind of be confident in knowing that he's going to stay committed to me. But he got to be able to show me that his love for God is going to be greater than his love for me. That he's going to be more faithful to God. I'm going to need to see that faithfulness. Faithfulness, and one of them being celibacy. Because when you're celibate, and that displays faithfulness. Or that's just, it's discipline, it's faithfulness, it's discipline. You know, if you can be faithful in those areas as a man and really faithful to God, and you love him and you put him first, and I want him, that is a requirement. I would want him to love God more than he loves me. Because I wouldn't want to get into a marriage situation with someone that is not going to be faithful to me. And if I know that he's faithful to God and he's dedicated to God and he loves God more than he loves me, then I can kind of get married in confidence, knowing that he's going to be faithful to me, at least. And that's, it ain't no guarantees. I mean, it really ain't no guarantees, because they can flip the script on you at any time. Men can flip the script on you at any time. They can change on you at any time. So it's really no guarantee that they will remain faithful. Even if there's Christian men that have cheated on their wives, many Christian men that have cheated on their wives. So-called Christian men. But yeah, but that's what he was saying. He was saying that you know, that he doesn't understand why there's a large percentage of black men that are not married. He can't really take a man really seriously if he's at a certain age and he's not married. And that's what he was talking about. So I thought that video was really, really interesting. And like I said, the second one, he was talking about the Apostle Paul and how, you know, he said, don't bring up the Apostle Paul. If you're not doing the things that Apostle Paul was doing, don't be throwing Apostle Paul up and using him as an example for the reasons why you're single, because, yeah, that's what he was saying. So I thought that was interesting. I'm going to have to do more Bible research. I'm going to have to do more Bible research concerning the Apostle Paul and his ministry and things like that. So I don't know. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know if you guys watch Tony Gaskins or you're familiar with him, but if you get a chance, get over there and look at those 2 videos. Then you'll get a better understanding of what I'm talking about, if you get a chance. But that's what he was saying. More black men need to be married. More black men need to be getting married. Why isn't more black men marrying? And like I stated, some of the reasons, a lot of them are gay. Hey, not bashing it. It is what it is. So hit me up in that comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Can a man really be taken seriously if he... Because there's lots of good men out here that's not married. You know. I won't say lots, but it's some out here that's good. They're good men. They're just not married, you know. So hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Let me know that do you think it's important, the importance, do you think it is important for men to be married, particularly after a certain age? I know women, they're always talking about how women should be married and all this. They always talking about how women should get married and how women should be married and all this kind of stuff. And they're always harping on women. They're always harping on and ragging on women, how we should be married and we're not married, particularly by a certain age, and something got to be wrong with us. But nobody never really talks about men being married. Nobody never really talks about, you know, the importance of men being married. They're always focusing on the importance of women being married. Of course, we live in a sexist and a misogynistic society, so everything is always about what women is not doing, and, you know, and why we're not doing it, and because that's just expected of us. But the Bible say, the man that finds a wife finds of a good thing. Isn't that what the scriptures say? A man that finds of a wife finds of a good thing. It didn't say it doesn't say if a woman finds a husband, she finds a good thing. It says if a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. And they say behind every, now that, the Bible, this is not a Bible quote, but there's a saying, behind every good man, there's a woman. Behind every good man, there's a woman. You notice that every president, that there was only one single, I think I was looking at that on Google. There was only one president out of all the presidents we had. There was only one that was single. I believe there was only one. Don't ask me what his name was. But do you notice that every time we get a president of the United States, he's got a wife? Because behind every good, successful man, there is a woman. And a man that finds of a wife finds a good thing. I'm going to leave you guys with that note. Hit me up with that like, subscribe, and share, that notification bell. Until the next video, you guys be blessed.